just giving up and accepting that where we are is the best it's going to get. And the only answer is because we don't want to get uncomfortable. Those people that I'm talking about that have gotten uncomfortable, they have moved mountains. You know, Nick Vujicic, who a lot of people know from YouTube, he's a guy from Australia, no arms and no legs. He was born without arms and legs. The wild thing about Nick's story is that he's never used prosthetics. Now, I don't know why, but he never has. But when he was born, his father ran out of the hospital vomiting. They had 2 children born normally with arms and legs, and here comes out a body with no arms and legs. His father couldn't handle it. His mom couldn't bond with him for months because of the deformity. He lived in complete ridicule throughout his younger years, and all he wanted to do was kill himself. Bullied hellaciously. Asked his brother to take him to the Australian reef on a surfboard and dump him off so he could die. His brother refused. Nick reached a point that he had to make a decision. And the decision was either to find a different way to die or to take whatever gift God had given him and to maximize it. He is one of the most powerful motivational speakers who has ever walked this earth. He married a beautiful model. They have 3 or 4, I think they have 4 kids now. He still does not have prosthetics. There's videos of him on YouTube fishing accurately with the fishing pole, with the pole tucked underneath this little flap of an arm, and he's tossing it into the water like a pro angler. I mean, this guy is amazing, but he had to work so hard, Rakshana. He had to go against everything inside him that said, you can't be successful. You don't have arms and legs. Who is his role model to be a great motivational speaker without arms and legs? The answer is nobody.
Right. Wow.
His conscious mind was not aligned with the subconscious. His conscious mind was, I will never achieve anything. His subconscious mind was telling him to kill himself. So you could say there was alignment in the negative, but there was no alignment going on to get him out of his mess. It wasn't until I'm going to use the words, he looked himself in the mirror and said, this is unacceptable. I will not accept this from myself anymore, that his life started to change. But that wasn't easy. It was the decision to live was difficult. And then it was, now what the hell am I going to do to live? How am I going to change this world? What gift do I have? And he realized the most incredible gift he had was a voice connected to a brain that had seen horrible things in life, and he wanted to transcend them, and he has.
That's pretty awesome. So what would you say to someone who says, you know what, David, I tried it your way, I tried to connect it, and it's just not working for me?
Well, the very first thing I'd say is I want to see the data. I want to see everything in writing of what you've done, how many days a week, for how long. I want to see data. You know, and it's a great question, Rakshana. All of my clients from all over the world know if they're going to work with me, they're going to write. I don't believe that there's very much power in the mind, quite frankly. You know, and I go against a lot of people all the time by saying this, but I can prove it pretty quickly. How many people wake up and say, that's it, I'm not drinking anymore. That's it, no more sugar. That's it, I'm in the gym 6 days a week. That's it, I'm not going to argue on social media. That's it, I'm going to let people on social media be right. When they post something against my belief system on my wall, I'm going to quit arguing with them. And then what happens? The next night they're drinking. The next day they're eating sugar. The next week they're not in the gym. The next day they're on social media. See, the subconscious mind is working off a pattern that we have fed it ourselves, or a pattern that we learned from 0 to 18. And I want to talk about this because this is huge. Our environments from 0 to 18 are stored in the subconscious mind. Everything you see. You know, when I work with relationships, the very first thing I do after the client has vomited, you know, how men suck or women suck or where their husband or wives suck or whatever. I let them vomit, and then I go, tell me about your mom and dad's relationship. 99% of the time, Rakshana, they are repeating something from their parents. And it usually isn't good. And that's why they're in my office or on Skype with me. You know, but like they'll go, I'll say, well, you know, what was your mom like? Well, my mom was very passive aggressive. Interesting. What are you doing with your husband? Oh, yeah, I guess I'm passive aggressive.
Mm.
Interesting. Here's a great story. So one of my clients came in and she said, I'm getting all kinds of flack. You know, my husband wants to know where the money's going. I tell him, you know, I'm spending that on the kids for this and the kids for that. And he wants receipts, for God's sake. Because we're spending so much money. He wants to know where it's going and I can't show him. I said, what do you mean you can't show him? She goes, because I'm spending it on clothes and I bring them home and I put them in the closet behind my older clothes and I remove the tags immediately. Now, I go, now that's interesting. Where did you learn that? My mom. Really? At 10 years of age, we would go shopping every Saturday and then she'd go, now don't tell your father a thing. She didn't even realize that, Roxana, until I asked her the question, where did you learn that? All of a sudden her eyes lit up and goes, oh my God, I'm repeating what my mom did. And she goes, David, when I was 10, I said to myself, I'll never do this when I grow up. I'll never hide things behind my husband's back. And she's doing the same thing, but it was subconsciously done. She didn't even realize she was mimicking her mom. So what we have to do is we have to say, and we're not blaming moms and dads. It's not like I go, oh, your mom was a terrible mother. It's none of that. All I want to do is find out, where's the origin? Where did this belief come from? Where did this habit come from? Where did this, you know, when I was a kid, I was a really angry child, very angry. There could be 1,000 reasons for it. I don't care what the reasons are. It doesn't matter right now. I want to share an addiction story. At the age of 8, I found that when I was mad and my parents wouldn't allow me to scream, kick, yell because I was so mad, if I ate enough sugar, I was fine. Because with a lot of us, sugar calms the brain and numbs emotion. So when you see emotional eaters at night eating sugar, there's a really good reason. It numbs out the boredom, their anger, their unhappiness with life. They can sit there watching TV, eating sugar, and they're numb to the world. Then at 12, I was introduced to alcohol. Oh my God, what a gift. Because the sugar numbed my anger and the alcohol numbed my anger. And then I went to pot, and then I went to cocaine, then I went to acid. There isn't anything in the world I haven't done. But the whole time, I'm trying to avoid living life. So when I started at 8, the subconscious goes, oh, he doesn't want to learn how to deal with emotion. So let's eat sugar. And then let's go to alcohol. And then, so I learned at a young age how powerful the subconscious was. And I was an addict for 30 years. When I awoken to the reality, now this is after getting thousands of people sober while I'm an alcoholic. And I opened up my reality after working with Maharishi, and I saw that I really had no joy. I started looking at the subconscious mind, and I started going back and saying, okay, when did I start trying to numb myself? And it was 8. So the patterns from childhood often come to us in adulthood. We've been carrying them the whole time. And it's not easy. You know, it took me a year, 365 days of working with professionals, being sober, getting into a program before I felt comfortable going to a wedding or a funeral or a concert. You know, the first year was hell. I didn't go, the only thing I went out for was breakfast because there was no alcohol at breakfast. I was nervous. I was scared. But the cool thing was, after going through a year of not drinking, holidays, birthdays, wedding, and as a minister, I officiate weddings, I officiate funerals. So I'm at all these events, and I have to say, I pray to God I don't drink today. But after a year of doing it, I didn't have to pray to God anymore. It is solid. It's set. You know, and that's what I want our listeners to know. If weight is the issue, if relationships are the issue, if you just have a crap attitude about life that's the issue, if money is the issue, all of those issues are created from habits in the subconscious mind that we have put in there, patterns that we've put in, or patterns that were set from 0 to 18 that we may not even be aware of. You know, but it's all about changing the subconscious. And what we do is we turn the subconscious into this powerful ally where what used to tempt us doesn't. You know, like that is amazing. And here's the other thing, Roxana, that's so powerful. Everyone has the same ability to change their subconscious. It's a choice. Do I want to invest time, money, and effort into my goals? Or do I want to invest time, money, and effort into food, clothing, a new car, a better house, what is it that's important to me?
I like that. So where can people find you to get all this training? Because it sounds pretty good. I'm buying it.
Well, you know what, Roxana, we have now, this is our 40th year in business.
Neat.
It's a long time. 40 years is a long time to be in business. And I want people to join us at talkdavid.com. The website is so easy to remember. Talkdavid.com. When you go there, the first page is very pretty. Go to the bottom of the first page. It'll say, click here to radically change your life forever. Click there and then go and see all the programs we have. You know, we have 11 books. We've got 16 courses that they can take one-on-one with me from anywhere in the world. I mean, there's just so many different things on the website. So just go to talkdavid.com and you'll see right in the very beginning, a big red heart right next to my face that says, change the subconscious to change your life. It's been our work for 40 years, and we want your listeners to benefit from this work. So come and join us. Talkdavid.com. Let's chat, let's talk, and let's get you moving in the right direction.
Sounds great. Talkdavid.com. That is pretty easy. It's easy to remember.
That's right. Exactly. Yes. And you, as you well know, Roxana, are worthy of anything that you want to change as well.
Yes, sir.
You know that. You're a leader.
Know. I am. Got to lead by example.
Amen to that. I like it.
Well, thanks for taking some time and talking this through, telling me the secrets, telling my listeners the secret.
Yeah. Change the subconscious to change your life. If you just remember that, then apply the work. And in a year, you could be in a totally different place.
I love it. All right. So now you know the secret. Reach out to David at talkdavid.com to help you work through and make a change. I'm your host, Roxana. Today's guest was David Essel. Be sure to tune in each week for a new episode. And remember, everything and anything goes. The sky is the limit.
Music for the Things of That Nature podcast is an original track brought to you by Jared Sacramento called Dosage.